Hi there, this is Joe from SquareXO, and this is our SquareXO podcast, and this is episode 10, double digits, 10. Yeah, 10 makes 10, in case you never figured that out. I'm joined by Dan as usual.
Hi there, guys.
And no one else. But maybe one day we'll have someone else. Okay, for a start, all this gubbins, visit website squarexo.co.uk. Remember to leave us a review on iTunes if you can. That would be lovely. You can also watch on youtube.com/JohanssonWater and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/square_XO. And we're on thingy as well, Twitch. But we've not really been on there much. But hey, we will get on there at some point. And yeah, I think that's all that. So there we go. Okay, going to go straight on and do some podcast news. Just catch up with the news throughout the week. It's not as much this week. I've kind of toned it down a bit because it was a bit much last week. So we don't want to go overboard.
No, we don't need to go over every single fine piece of detail, do we?
I think some other well-known website calls them news a baker's dozen or something, but there's never 12 bits in it. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 7 bits of news.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Ish. Okay. So today, just to start off, GTA's topped the charts, beating out Neo, which landed in second place. Did you try Neo yet?
No, I haven't yet. And I was going to have a moan about GTA 5 being at number 1, but I can't be bothered. Yeah.
Someone told me it's because it's down at £25 most places now, and they're giving away millions of these online credits with it. So people buy the game, sell it again, and just keep the credits.
Oh, so you're buying more than £25 worth of stuff, basically?
Possibly. I mean, maybe that's the reason, but I don't know if... I mean, Neo must have sold alright, so that would be pure thousands of copies of GTA to get to number 1. I just don't know if that would only be the case. Because, I mean, it does come with... You do get bundles and stuff like that, so I'm sure that might be one of the reasons, but I'm sure there's other reasons it's still at number 1, like it's a bloody good game. I mean, I don't play it. The thing I've got with GTA, right, is always really excited about it, and then I play it, I never finish story, and then that's it, I forget about it.
Yeah, I've not played GTA 5.
I've done that with every GTA. I've bought it, been really excited, played it, got through maybe about 3/4 story, and then thought, I'm bored now, and then I don't ever go back to it.
Yeah.
Ever again. Yeah. And I've never
No,
touched the online. I'm not interested in online. And GTA, that seems a bit stupid. GTA and online, I don't know. That's not for me, really.
Yeah. No, I never played it just because it sounds like a silly excuse, but the sheer size of it, I don't know. I'm almost scared of the amount of time that you'd have to push into it to be able to kind of finish it.
I mean, it's an absolutely brilliant game, and I really like the story. But I mean, I just get bored. I don't know what I get bored of about it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's the commitment of playing it when not playing anything else. I think that's what scares me too. Yeah, there's too many other good games.
I guess that's what it is for me, because generally if a game like that comes out, there's other games coming out around it, and I just, because I'm always reviewing something or other, I just kind of move on. I've never really got time to play games. It's commit to one game, I don't suppose, so that's probably why I never went back to it. Neo, I've not played. I still don't know about that. I mean, it looks good, but I'm not really a Bloodborne fan. So I guess that's what puts me off. It's too hard. I don't really want to get frustrated at a game. It sounds like it's too challenging, so... I know there's a lot of hype around it. That's not a thing probably puts me off. It's just one of these pure hyped games. And I'm thinking, why are they hyping it? Are they hyping it because it's like Bloodborne? Are they hyping it because there's nothing else about at the moment to hype? So
there's loads of stuff out though. No, I think they're trying to ride on the coattails of that kind of hard third person game. And there was Dark Souls, wasn't there, and then everyone gets excited about that, and then Bloodborne kind of took over from that. So
I don't know, I didn't think Bloodborne was all that, but maybe it's because I thought it was too hard.
Again, I've not played that. I've played other Team Ninja games, so I've played Ninja Gaiden which is kind of the same team that made Neo, I believe, which is a good game, but again, it's really hard. But yeah, I've not played the other.
I'm just very skeptical. I mean, I've always been a bit of a skeptical journalist, I guess, because I'd like to think when I do reviews, I generally always think to myself, oh, my review is more honest than other journalists. I was like, they need to look at themselves sometimes, especially these ones that write for the bigger sites. I think to myself, what the heck are you talking about, man? But that's probably just the way I'm looking at it. I know they're just as honest as what I am, but sometimes I just think when I've written a review and then I read theirs and I think, nah, I don't agree.
That's the beauty of the industry, though, isn't it? Yeah, everyone's opinion's different.
Everyone's got different opinions. Sometimes you just think to yourself, well, I'm right, you're wrong.
Yeah, but you are right in your.
Yeah, I'm right, and
in your
right
opinion
as well.
Exactly. Yeah,
everybody's right, but you know what I mean. It's just sometimes it's like, I don't know. It's like they've all been in a room together and agreed what they're going to say about a game. It's like Titanfall. Titanfall was not a good game. I mean, it was a good idea, but I said for the very beginning, when we started to find out more information about it, that it didn't have enough content, that it was lacking single player. Everything I said about it, that the community eventually said about it, that even though journalists were all hyping it up, and I don't know if that's because it is an Xbox exclusive and Xbox 360 was the kind of console of the moment, so everybody's all hyping it up to say it's such a brilliant game, blah blah.
And also, I don't know if it's rude or wrong to possibly say, but Microsoft throw money around like it's going out of fashion, don't they? Exactly. So you do wonder if there was some financial gain in there somewhere.
That's what I mean. I don't know why sometimes journalists hype stuff up and then they review it and it's like, oh, come on. It's like you need to kind of get a grip of yourself and think about it. Think of the overall picture, but I don't know. Just stuff getting hyped up annoys me. I mean, I don't like it because I know that generally if a game's hyped up, it's going to cause nothing but disappointment. I mean, look at Titanfall 2. That was just a big shambles sales-wise because everybody got burnt with the first one because everybody hyped it up so much. So that came out. It's a better game than the first one, but nobody cares because they got burnt first time round.
Yeah, didn't Watch Dogs 2 suffer a similar fate?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what happens when games get hyped and then everybody rushes out to buy them going, oh, it's so amazing. And then it just falls and fails. Yeah. It's a bit like Evolve. Everybody's going, oh man, that looks amazing. Failed.
Yeah.
It wasn't amazing at all. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if journalists have learnt from that. If they've learnt from overhyping games. If maybe just people in general have learnt from overhyping games.
Well, no, I don't think they have they? Because, again, we'll talk about No Man's Sky again. Look how... I suppose that wasn't the journalists that were hyping it, though, to be fair. But even so, there was, masses of hype around that.
I guess. Horizon's quite hyped as well.
I'm a bit sceptical
but
of
I wouldn't say Horizon's really hyped.
I don't know. I suppose
Sony's doing a good job of sort of hyping it, but then that's their job to do that. But I wouldn't really say journalists and stuff. I haven't seen a lot of it's going to be amazing sort of thing.
Not yet.
And the embargo's soon, I believe. I believe the embargo is very soon. It might be this week, in fact. So
that would be interesting. I saw someone do a poll on Twitter about what's its Metacritic score going to be. It's a bit like it's a dangerous tightrope to walk at the moment. Just be excited for it, but don't expect it to be the best game ever. It's a new IP, isn't it? It's the first
scores
in a
don't
new
matter
IP.
Anyway, I've always thought that scores.
No, not to some people they don't, but to the internet, to Twitter they do. Flip into console war people they do. To idiots. So. Yeah.
I mean, to me, if I like to look at a game, I'll get it. I don't care what it scores. I've said that before.
I've played some games that have been critically, well, not critically acclaimed, the opposite, but I've loved them. So
it's a bit like movies. Movies, man, I hate movie critics because they always pan movies I like.
Maybe you've just got shit taste.
Nah, they've just got shit taste. I just ignored the movie. I don't even read movie reviews anymore. I don't bother because I know that I'll just disagree with them. And
Yeah.
it's a bit like games. I never really read game reviews. I never do.
I like to read the last paragraph just to get an idea of someone's opinion, but I'm not interested in what they give it out of 10, if that makes sense.
Yeah. See, the most of these people that write for the bigger sites like IGN and Your Game, that they're sort of yuppies, aren't they?
Hipster gamers.
Yeah, exactly. They're not like me. I mean, I don't mean it in an insulting or nasty way. I just mean they're not really the same type of person as me. So the people I would write reviews for, I believe, are different from the type of people they'd write reviews for.
Yeah.
I believe
yeah.
I'd attract a different audience because I like to keep it simple and just tell it like it is, whereas they kind of go in their big novels about
Yeah.
the game, and I don't really like that. So I don't really read that type of review. I don't really read reviews at all. I just can't be bothered, to be honest.
Don't have time.
I look
Too
at the
busy playing
Metacritic
games.
score, go, fair enough, that's what people think, here's what I think. And I just go
Yeah.
by my own review, which is what everybody should do. They should just go by what they think, really, what they think of how the game looks and if it would appeal to them rather than listen to anyone. Because there's no
Yeah.
point listening to anyone, I don't think. But there you go. That's
There you go. So that's the first bit of the 7 news items.
yeah, that's it.
Number 2.
That's a long bit, wasn't it? Yeah, this bit's a bit longer. Splatoon is getting a 1 hour demo, right?
We were told not to talk about Nintendo by Turnip Lord.
Right, it's only a quick thing then. Why are we not talk about them?
Because we don't know enough.
Ah, well, tough. Well, I know the news, so that's all I'm talking about. But anyway,
I think it was... Sorry.
Splatoon's getting a 1 hour test, which has annoyed me. Apparently, more third-party titles will be announced soon. 1-2 Switch, which is this mini-game that should have been bundled with Switch, has 28 mini-games. And the online app, there was some news about that and how you'll be able to set times to invite people to come and play with you and stuff and chat with them and all that, which sounds a lot of nonsense because, to be honest, it should have been built in to the Switch. Who the heck wants to go on their phone and go, oh, I'm going to chat to you while I play this game on my phone?
Yeah.
What a load of nonsense. And what's
Just
with all the
give
big
us
secrets?
games. Just give us good games.
That's what's annoying me most. What's with all the big secrets? Why are the third party games being announced soon? The thing's out in 2 bloody weeks. Why don't we know anything about online or ownership of digital games or anything like that?
Yeah.
It's out in a few weeks' time. Why aren't you telling us anything? I mean, if you're not telling us anything, that to me sort of smacks of either they don't know themselves and it'll not be really a complete system until 6 months to a year down the line, or it's just a load of crap
Yeah.
and they're just hoping they'll get some sales. And there's barely any games coming out for it at launch. I mean, I just don't... I've got it pre-ordered still, but I'm just annoyed about the whole way they're handling it all. Tell people about the thing they're paying for. It's stupid. Honestly, what are they doing? Oh, God.
I don't know. I'm still not thinking about cancelling, but I'm
I'm
now
not going
resigned.
to cancel it, but I'm annoyed about it.
Yeah, well, I know just I'm buying it for Zelda, and that's kind of it. And anything else is a bonus now. There's not going to be anything else I'm going to buy on it. So
If it's a load of rubbish, I'll just sell it again.
yeah, and it'll be worth more than what you paid for it after the first few weeks anyway. But
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
So there you go. And this Splatoon's getting a 1 hour demo at certain times. So I think it's got over 2 days or something. You need to be on at a certain time. So say you've got to be on at 7 o'clock and you can play the demo to 8 o'clock. And that's it. So
Yeah.
I think
Rubbish.
that's pointless and stupid. Yeah, Nintendo's annoying. Why are we not allowed to talk about them again?
It's because we don't know the facts.
Well, nobody knows the facts because they won't tell us.
Yeah, so take that.
Yeah.
No, I know. I just, yeah. There you go.
Talk about what I want. Tell me what to talk about.
Don't lose us a listener. Don't lose us a listener.
That's the whole point. I say what I want. Yeah. Rebel.
Go
Hey.
rogue.
Anyway, next bit of news. Art Survivor Evolved in Rocket League. Art Survivor Evolved was the top selling PSN game last month, and Rocket League was second. I've not played that Survival Evolved, but my son plays that one.
It's the dinosaur one, isn't it?
That's the one that's not finished. The one that's sort of ongoing, sort of ever evolving game.
It's doing all right then to be selling that many.
It's been the second. That's the second month in a row it was number 1. So yeah, it's doing quite well. So there we go. Okay, there was a wee bit of news from Activision as well. Destiny 2 is still on track for this year, and Call of Duty's going back to its roots, and there won't be a new Skylanders this year because it's all rubbish, so they're just going to support the one that's out now, Imaginators, which my other son bought. He seems quite excited about it. He's been playing it, and it's a bit cheesy, to be honest. It's one of these sort of cheesy kids games, but he likes it, so if it sort of appeals to kids, then that's good, I guess. So, yeah. The Destiny 2, if it doesn't come out this year, then Activision gets a significant amount of Bungie stock as compensation, apparently.
So they're just going to rush it out, and it's going to be subpar in order for them.
It's not rushed out because it's already missed a year. It was maybe about last year, so
really they're still going to be rushing to hit a deadline though. That's going to hurt them.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. But I'm sure it'll be good if you like that sort of thing. Not really interested again. Speaking of charts, PlayStation 4 was the best seller for January in America. Although Xbox came out with their usual sort of marketing fluff saying that Xbox was the fastest growing console or something. That was the only one that sales grew in January.
There's only 2 consoles though,
compared to the year before, but PS4 still outsold it. So it's just this marketing fluff to make it sound like our console's doing amazing, when in fact if it was doing that amazing it would be selling more than PS4. So it's not doing that amazing. So shush. There was a wee bit of talk about PS4 Pro mode as well, but I think we talked about that last week briefly.
I think we did, yeah, because you're on the beta, aren't you?
Yeah.
Which has that as part of it, but I'm not. So
yeah, so I've still not really tried any games that make use of it, but I mean it is what it is. If you play games, it will improve them, but you're still better having a dedicated patch for the game for PS4 Pro. So hopefully that PS4 Pro mode won't stop people patching their games. And anyway, that doesn't really matter because all the games coming out from now on will be PS4 Pro, will be sort of have PS4 Pro in mind, so that's the main thing.
I thought that, but I don't know, maybe Gravity Rush 2 doesn't count, but that's only 1080p. Yeah. That doesn't have 4K mode.
Well, maybe it'll get patched then. Maybe it was just 2. Because it was
in development, so...
it was due to come out before it, I think, wasn't it? I think it was due. At the same time. So I don't remember. And South Park's been delayed. That was my last bit of news. That was
it's not too...
March.
Delays from games in March aren't too bad at the moment, are they? Because let's be fair, there's tons coming out in March.
So who knows when that's coming out. Oh, now I've wrote down something saying gamer annoying me. But I don't think that's news.
No, that's just standard, isn't it? Just life.
I'm annoyed about them because of this pre-order business. Because I've got about £207 in my game wallet, which is this app. Now you go in this shop and you trade stuff in, and then they give you credit, don't they?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I traded a few my sort of stuff in my shelves in that I didn't want anymore. And what do you call it? So I got this credit on my app, and then I thought, well, I'll pre-order Horizon and maybe For Honor or whatever, so I can review them, and then I would just, once I've reviewed For Honor, I'll just trade it in again and get some money back, whatever, towards the next game I want to review.
Yeah.
So I went to do that, and it's going, oh, you can't pre-order online, you can only do it in store using your game wallet. And I'm going, why not? It's my bloody money. If I want to do it online, why can't I? What's stopping me?
You can pre-order using your credit card though, can't you? Or using the bank card, so it's just not letting you pre-order using your
credit, yeah. So, like, but once the game's out, you can buy it with your credit. So basically, For Honor comes out tomorrow. So basically, when I go on their website tomorrow and buy For Honor, I can buy it with my credit. But I can't pre-order with my credit, which is really stupid.
That makes no sense.
But it does make sense as far as games concerned, because you can pre-order with your credit if you go in store, and obviously if you go in store, they charge £5 to £10 more for the game.
Yeah.
So they can get more money off you that way. So that's what they're doing. They're ripping people off as usual.
Yeah, surprise.
And they replied to me on Twitter, they're going, oh, sorry, we just don't have the system to do that. Well, I said, oh, how come you've got the system to let me use it once the game's out then? Because what's the difference? They never replied to that one.
Yeah, well, as a web developer, I can't see what that stance would be.
I said, well, Matt, how come you charge more in store for games when others don't? What's that about? And they never replied to that one either.
I bet you've been blocked.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It just annoyed me. But I mean, it's true. I mean, you can't Curry's John Lewis. I know it's no games, but it could be games. John Lewis, I guess they sell games. But if you pre-order something quick and collect, or just go and get it at the store, it's the same price on their website. And Curry's sell games as well, don't they? So if I was to...
Yeah.
Because there's this new Curry's just down the road. First now, what they done was they shut down the Curry's and they built this massive store which incorporates Curry's PC World and the Carphone Warehouse all in this one massive store. So obviously if you go on their website, you can order something and you can just click and quit and go to the store and get it. Or if you were to go in the store and get it, it would be the same price.
Yeah, I think Tesco's is the same as well.
Yeah, Tesco, Argos, whoever. I mean, everybody who has a store now has the same price in store as they do on their website, but Game rip people off and charge them more in the store than they do on their website, and there's no excuse for it. It's completely out of order. I mean, this Horizon Zero Dawn, whatever, it's collector's edition or special edition, whatever, the one with the art book in it, which was the one I thought I quite like looking at. It was £70 on the website, and now it's down to 55, I think. So I thought 55 is kind of fair enough, I thought. But if you go in the store, I bet it's still $69.99. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you go in and waste £15 of your credit more than you would get it on their website.
Yeah.
It's a complete rip-off. And they do that all the time with everything. They even do it with retail games where they'll charge £5 more in store than they do on their website. It's out of order. There's no excuse for it. Whatever excuse you say, oh, we're paying for our stores or whatever, none of it washes, because other shops do it for the same price that they do on their website. So whatever excuse they say they're doing it for is just a load of rubbish. Don't you think?
I agree. Yeah, I'm nodding, but obviously you can't see that. But yeah, I've had an issue with Game for a while now as well, over pricing, and well, I think we've touched upon it before, haven't we? I think we've moaned about them before.
A few weeks ago we moaned about them, and now I'm back to moaning about them again. Yeah. Well, I've moved on for Ubisoft, I guess.
Yeah, but it's just all we want as gamers is fairness, I suppose, when we're buying stuff, don't we? We just,
The problem is, although they've got competition online, lots of it, they don't really have competition in a high street in terms of being able to trade in and buy a brand new game. I mean, you can go to CX and trade in or whatever, but there's not many places you can go, trade in your game and then buy a new one for the price you would get it on the website. There's nowhere.
I've been selling games on eBay the last couple of weeks because of that. Because I know that I'm not going to go in a game and be ripped off and be given £3 for a game that they're going to sell for 35. They can just go away. It's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't know. They're annoying me. I mean, the only reason I'm going to use them is because I've got some credit, but that's it. After that, I'm washing my hands of them.
Yeah.
They're done. But I've never used them anyway, really. Just got some other websites I don't use. Like the one I used to work for, I don't use that. Yeah. I've never used that, though. I never have. I've always used Amazon.
Yeah, I was surprised when you said that.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
I just don't like the system of that website. If a game goes missing, shocking.
I don't know about the ins and outs of that.
Well, there's some websites where if a game goes missing, you have to wait 14 days to get your game. If it
Right. Okay.
genuinely
Yeah.
goes missing, and that's just wrong. Because if I get a game from Amazon and it genuinely goes missing, I phone up and tell them, they'll send me another one the next day. Know what I
Yeah, because
mean?
they're not fulfilling the contract of purchasing between you and the website.
There
Yeah.
was this other website I had the same sort of thing. I ordered a game from. I can't remember the name of it. Game Seeker. I can't remember. It's something. It's one of the smaller ones, and the game never showed up. And they kept telling me to wait, and I had to wait for ages, like 14 days or something, before they would send me another one. And
It's
just
no good as a gamer, is it? Because you want a game. If it's a new release, you want a game on release date. That's like part of the fun of being a gamer, is that the excitement before release day. You know, and then you get it on release day and you play it. You don't want to wait 2 weeks until after release.
Exactly. So those websites that do that, I'd never use again. If I had a game go missing and then they wouldn't replace it 14 days, I'd never use them again personally. That's just something that would just be my personal opinion of that sort of thing. That's why I like reliable, bigger websites like somebody like Amazon. And
I'd rather go to a shop still, and again, we're treading on old ground, but I'd still much rather go to a shop. I'd much rather wander up to Tesco or pop into town on my lunch break and pick up a game in a shop, but I'm not doing it for the extra £10 charge that I'm going to get ripped off for.
No. That's why I think Amazon's the best. I like Amazon. I use them for everything.
They sell everything.
Yeah. They get it to you next day. I don't think I've ever then go missing or had any problems ever the whole time I've used them. So I mean, I like them. They do a great job. So all the time they're doing a great job for me, then I'll use them.
Exactly. Yeah, and why not? Yeah, that's the best recommendation you can have.
And if I really fancy a game the same day and my shopping's coming, I'll get it for Tesco because I get my shopping for them.
Yeah.
So just add a game to the order.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
So yeah. Is that the news?
Yeah.
Have we covered the news?
Covered the news and the game are annoying me. So yeah.
Yeah. That's good then. So we're off of that quick. Only 25 minutes. That's not too bad.
I did write down a little bit about Desert Island video games, but I didn't know if we were going to talk about that.
I've got a few people that sent them in, I believe, after we recorded. So I've got a couple. Again, pretty much everyone loves the DualShock 4. So I'll just run through 2 or 3 now quickly as a regular feature. So Zoe A on Twitter, who loves Tekken, as most people will know if you follow her, she's gone for PS4 as her console of choice, Uncharted the Nathan Drake collection as her game of choice, and the DualShock 4 as her controller of choice. So no surprises on the controller. I was surprised she didn't pick Tekken.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I did pick her up on that. I can't remember what she said. I think it was something to do with Nathan Drake's survival skills and probably looks. But there you go. We've also had one from Bradley Keane, who'd take the N64 because it can survive anything. Morrowind, which was odd because we mentioned Morrowind in that podcast, I think, and the GameCube controller. I always thought the GameCube controller was a bit odd with those grey buttons around the edge of the big green button.
I wouldn't know. I don't normally bother with Nintendo consoles.
Yeah, it was an odd layout.
First Nintendo console I owned was a Wii.
Oh God, that wasn't even a proper Nintendo console.
I say that, but it doesn't even count handhelds, does it? Because I had other handhelds. But I just
anyway, we're banned from talking Nintendo. We're doing Desert Island Discs.
Banned from talking Nintendo. Just shush. Talking about.
So Sir Swatch.
I'll ban him from listening.
We'll block him.
Tells me not to stop talking about stuff. I talk about what I want. I talk about football if I want to talk about football.
Yeah, we won't talk about your club at the moment. Aren't they in disarray?
Anyway. But we won't go into football.
So Sir Swatch, for his Desert Island video games, would take a PS4, the orange box, which is the Half-Life stuff, again we were talking about, and DualShock 4. So loads of love for the DualShock 4. And we've also got one from Rocket Squirrel, who'd take a PC, how that would work on a desert island, God only knows, Rocket League, and the Xbox One Elite controller.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, fine.
Okay.
If you've got any more, just remember how it works. You can take one console, one game, and one controller, and they'll all magically work together, and you'll have internet and a TV if you want as well, or a big projector, or a cinema screen, whatever you want, to go with your one game, one system, one controller. So if you've got any one game, one system, one controller that you'd take to a desert island, tell us on Twitter. It can be any combination you want. That's it. Cool.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Great.
It'd be good to know. Good to know. It lets us know what people like as well. It lets us know their favourite sort of things from the past and their games and stuff like that, which is good. So yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, what you got to talk about? I'm done.
So I wanted to talk about PS Plus for a little bit, because we haven't touched upon it before, and we're both subscribers of it. And I just noticed the other day I was going through my trophy list, just seeing what I've been playing, and I don't think I've downloaded a PS Plus game since Letter Quest, which was October, November.
Do you add them to your library though?
No.
You don't even add them to your library?
No. Well, I'm never going to play. I'm never going to play them.
So
I don't have time.
It's got free stuff. You never know. One day you might hear of a game and you think, "Oh, it was I'll need to try that," and it could have been a PlayStation Plus game 6 months ago or something, and then you'll need to pay for it.
I live on the edge then. No, again, it's the same like with reviews. I know what I like and I know what I want to play, and my game time is so insignificant that I don't want to waste time playing
It's so
stuff.
easy to add them to your library, you can do it in the app. 2 seconds it takes.
Yeah. well, I don't do it. So it just got me thinking. Yeah, it just got me thinking. Obviously, we're paying for this subscription to play online. I think it also gives us the ability to upload our saves to the cloud. I think that's all it gives you, though. So basically, we're paying £40 a year for that. Now, it is great value, because even though I've not downloaded every game, I've easily downloaded more than £40 worth of games in the last year.
Yeah, but if you think about it, you used to pay £40 for Xbox Live and you never even got any games.
Well, I never did. I never had an Xbox.
Oh, but if you had the Xbox, that's how Xbox Live started. You'd pay £40 a year just to get online. In fact, you'd have to pay £40 just to use Netflix, I think, at one point.
Okay.
Because anything that was online, you had to pay for. So
yeah.
So then Sony came out, goes, "Got you're paying us £40 a year, but as a bonus, we're going to give you free games as well." And then obviously that's why games with gold and Xbox exist, because of Sony. So the ones that say Sony copy everyone, well, they don't, because obviously.
No. But that's what good competition should do, though. It should make both parties improve their offerings to please their consumers.
Exactly.
But yeah, so it just got me thinking anyway about, well, first of all, how many people that listen or follow us do subscribe to PS Plus? What are they doing with it? So are they downloading the monthly games, and what would they like to see? Possibly, I'd probably be willing to pay less to not get the free games, and I don't even really play online that much, so part of me doesn't even know why I've got it. But then, does that mean that I'm locked out of getting platinum trophies if I don't pay for PS Plus? So say on a game like Tomb Raider, you've got to do the online multiplayer side of things for the trophies. If I don't pay for, so that's my first point, and that's not fair, because you're not allowing someone who doesn't pay for a service to fully achieve all the trophies in a game. I don't think that's fair, personally. But that's kind of a small side point, I suppose. But I'd be interested to know what other people think on that, because not everyone likes trophies as much as me.
I never do thought of it like that. You'd need to really pay the £40 so you can get the trophies. I never really thought of that. I don't really play online, but I just get it to have it. Plus, I quite like. I always add the games in my library, so it's kind of nice to know that probably in the future from now on, these same games will work on the PS5 and stuff like that.
Yeah, possibly they will.
So, I mean, you'll have quite a big library to begin with then. And
Yeah,
there's always stuff you can maybe go back to. I mean, half the stuff that they give you free, I'll probably never ever even download. I
yeah,
doubt.
it's a load of guff, isn't it?
I think most of it you just think, it's load of rubbish, but you never know. Maybe one day you might just fancy something
I tend
different.
to buy something and then a month later it's free. That tends to, I get burnt that way. But yeah, so I was just wondering, like, would other people be willing to maybe pay less to not have the free games, but to just give them the online play?
I
So I
like the
did,
little badge next to my name as well. Now the
yeah.
little plus badge.
It's like having a blue Twitter tick. Makes you feel important.
Yeah, and also
So
I quite like the other features of it, like the automatic downloads and the sort of upload to your what do you call it? The automatic saves and stuff.
yeah, that's all handy. I do use that a lot as well.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the games really are a free bonus because you'd still be paying £40 a year anyway.
and I get annoyed with people that moan every month. Oh, I don't like these games. It's like, well, don't download them then.
Yeah.
Just play online.
I mean,
So
realistically, the £40 is you paying for online. The games is an added bonus, that's all. So I doubt they'd ever charge less if they took away the free games. I
yeah,
just couldn't see them doing that because they would just say, "Oh, that's just a bonus."
well, it costs them nothing, does it, to give away the games? They
What
probably
I think
pay
they
the
should
publisher.
really do is charge £10 more and throw in PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now.
Yeah, if you want it. I don't want it. I wouldn't want to pay that for it. But yeah, some
It's a
people
really
would.
good £10 a month. Be great. It's great service. I mean, it's got a lot of good games on it. If you're and everybody's moaning about backwards compatibility. So I mean, if you wanted backwards compatibility, you'd pay £10 more a month, £50, get PlayStation Now thrown in. That's you got your backwards compatibility doing. If it was unlimited streaming on it or whatever, you'd be laughing, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if you've got time to do that with all the other games that are out.
There's a lot of good games on it, like just things like.
But do you not see? I still have a PS3 with all my PS3 games that I want to play. So I don't want to pay. I'm not lazy. There's a PS3 in the bedroom, so
Yeah, I've still got mine as well, and I've still got my games, tons and tons of PlayStation 3 games, so I don't really need to pay £10 when I've already got them all, you know what I mean? But it's
I know you like convenience. Yeah, you like that. You like digital games because of it, whereas I don't. So
see, that's
why
the
we're
thing.
good, isn't
I
it?
won't plug my PlayStation 3 in and play an old game because I can't be bothered. If I could just hit a button on my PlayStation 4 and it came up, then I'm like, yeah. Because I don't have time. It's a time
I just don't
thing.
want to play an old game. I want to play a new game.
Yeah,
That's my issue.
I prefer to play new games for sure, but if I do want to play an old game, I don't want to be having to plug in the PlayStation and then plug in the HDMI, find the disc, put it in, probably have to wait an hour because there'll be an update to the game. You know what I mean? And then by the time you do all that, there's no more time. You're like, I can't play now. The amount of times, this is what annoys me about patches, because I say you just fancy a game. I fancy a game of FIFA, I think, there. What was it? There was a game. It might have been Lego Dimensions, actually, because I got that Lego Batman movie pack. And we hadn't played it for a while, so I put it in, 13 gigabyte update. And it's
it's crazy.
How long a bloody 13 gigabyte update takes to download? It's like 2 hours something, but that time you're away doing something else. And it happens all the times with games these days. It's like every time you think, I fancy gaming that, I've got a spare 30 minutes, put it in, update, the 30 minutes is gone before you even get to play. It's just really frustrating.
Yeah, that is annoying.
I just wish they'd figure out a way that if you've got a save file or you've got the game installed on your hard drive or whatever, it knows and it downloads the update and then you don't need to worry about it. But even PlayStation doesn't do that because it won't download the update until you put the disc in, will it?
No, because it's some kind of like system that it goes online, doesn't it? Registers that you're playing it. But then you don't have to do the update. You can play it without an update.
Yeah, but I think with the digital games it does do that.
I don't know. I don't buy digital, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think with digital games it automatically downloads the update, so you don't need to worry about it. And then you can, I think, when you turn it on, it just installs it, which is obviously known as bad, is it? But I think it does do that sort of. But anyway, it's really annoying if you've not played the game in ages and then you put a disc in and you have to download the 13 gigabyte update. That's just stupid, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's
Yeah.
just like, oh, for God's sake. It's like, I'm not going to bother then. And games got that. Games got FIFA. It's the one that winds me up most because that seems to have an update every bloody 2 seconds.
That's because people keep getting injured. Keep
So I never
subbing in.
get round to playing it because every time I go to play it, it's got a bloody update. I'm like, oh, really can't be bothered.
Right.
Is that what was we would? Oh,
Anyway,
we were talking
I want to go
about
back to PS Plus and some polls I ran
I went
on
on a
Twitter.
rant again, didn't I?
Yeah, you're on rant mode again. Right. So 89% of people that did our poll subscribed to PS Plus. So we only had 74 votes, but that means that maybe 6-7 people don't have PS Plus. So it's a pretty big margin of people that have it. Of those people that have it, the majority only download 1 or 2 games a month. A third of them download them all. 8% don't download any. So, again, an interesting split. But what I found more interesting, did then 1/3 one, would you pay less if there was a lower tier with no free games? 57% said no. So they'd pay the same amount for no free games. That is a bit of an odd answer. I don't know if I've phrased it wrong.
It's probably just that they see value in what they're paying even without the games.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pay less. I would rather keep it with the games just in case I wanted them. Even if I didn't download them, I would rather just keep it just in case I did want to download them.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's probably the way they're seeing it, that if there's a game they do want, they would just want to say, right, just in case there's a game I want. What this month, for instance, was Little Big Planet free. Maybe a lot of people thought, oh, that's quite a good game, I want that.
Yeah, no, it's true. But there you go, I was just surprised. And then I did one which was more open-ended. So, you know, if you could add anything to PS Plus, what would it be? And would you be willing to pay more for it? So a lot of people said PS Now, and a few people said they'd be happy to pay extra for it every month in order to have access, which is what you've already touched upon. A couple of people want more AAA titles as part of the PS Plus offering of free games rather than just indie games. Good comment from Samantha Tame was that a free movie would be nice, and that would be quite cool because there is a movie store on the shop. So if you got a movie every month as well, that would be quite smart. Most people have Netflix anyway, so they'd probably have seen the movie, but it would be a nice way to do it. And then someone else has put, rather than the free games, be given like a kind of credit for the store, so that way you can either save up and buy something or then spend your credit each month on something on the store.
Yeah.
Which would be quite... I don't think they'd ever do it because they'd never really make any money back, but it's quite a nice idea.
Yeah.
VR games instead of the PS3 and Vita games is one that's been called for. But I like getting my Vita games when I do download something. Spotify, that would be quite an awesome addition.
Yeah, I was thinking that there, Spotify.
Yeah, that would be
really
really
that
smart.
when you were talking, I was thinking, oh, that would be quite good.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some quite good responses on there.
That's good.
So yeah, it's just interesting. And if anyone hasn't responded and has listened to this and wanted to have a say on what we've been saying, that would be interesting just to know where people stand. I subscribed to PS Plus the first day it was announced. I've got that frame somewhere with, you know, my username and all the games I've downloaded.
Yeah, I've got that as well next to my PlayStation.
But I've downloaded, like, the number of downloads is tiny and stuff, so it's obvious that I haven't really used it. But I don't know, if I'm being offered something PlayStation, I'll always end up buying it. So that's why
That's my favourite shelf, in fact, because I've got that frame with my name on it and all the sort of stats that Sony sent.
Yeah.
And then I've got the little sort of glass plaque thing they sent me, that the PR company sent me, that says this is for the players, PS4 Joe Anderson.
That's
Did you ever
nice.
see them?
I haven't seen one, no. Can you put it on the SquareXO Twitter for everyone to see?
They were getting thrown on the... They were getting sent to all the YouTubers and stuff, where Sony sent them a PlayStation 4 and sent them the plaque with it. So when the PlayStation 4 came out, Sony sent me one, and they sent me a plaque and all the sort of games that came out at once. Hold on, I'm taking a photo of it.
Okay.
I need to wipe the dust off it. It's a bit dusty.
Yeah, you do that. I'm just going to say something else quickly I had written down, was that we had our second iTunes review, which was very exciting.
Yay.
So, yeah, thank you very much. I can't remember the name of the person that did it, but it was much appreciated. So that's 2 reviews now. Happy days. That was great because I did a shout out for an extra review last week and it was fulfilled. So if anyone this week wants to send me £1 million, you can do that. Email address is dan@squarexo.co.uk.
Did you ever get one of those Steelbook PS1s as well?
No, I didn't. No, it was from Game Only, so no.
Yeah, well, I had to get that because I just thought it looked really cool on that shelf. So
I didn't want to give Game any money, so no.
I just got it because it looked cool in that shelf next to all my anniversary stuff and that. So I thought, oh, I'll get that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I don't know if I can tweet this right there.
That's all right. So we've covered. We've whilst you do that, we've got our competition winner for the Oddworld game to announce. I think a few people have been waiting for this, and they've probably been listening to us babbling on for near on an hour. So obviously, everyone's retweeted and knows that we're giving away a copy of New and Tasty. Okay, awesome. So everyone can jump on that. Well done, joke. So yeah, everyone has been retweeting our tweet to win the limited run New and Tasty Abe's Odyssey Oddworld game, which is sealed and all ready for someone to receive. So it's great, everyone's been involved. Sadly, we have only got one to give away. We don't have anything else from limited run games, so I can't even keep it, same as with Fate Extella. So our winner of that is Charlie Large, @CharlieLarge on Twitter. Well done, Charlie. You're our winner. Congratulations. If you are listening, please drop us a DM and let us know your address and I'll put it in the post and you'll have it soon. We still haven't had our winner for Oddworld come forward, so they've got 6 more days. And then we're going to give that. Who was
the winner for Oddworld?
It was Mass of Das, @Mass of Das on Twitter.
Okay, so if you're listening to Mass of Das, make sure you tell us so you can.
Yeah, his actual name, that's his Twitter handle. His actual name is Chris Pengerly.
Good.
So, okay, Chris, if you're listening, you've got a code here for Overcooked on PS4 waiting. You've got 6 days now because it's been about 3 or 4 weeks.
So we'll give it away next week then to someone else.
Yes, we will. Or maybe we'll just read the code out.
Nah, I'll tell you what we'll do. If somebody responds to one of our features, we'll just pick someone at random, give them the code.
Yeah. Okay.
That sounds fair, doesn't it?
That's very fair.
So if you're listening and you respond to one of the features, if he's not claimed his code, we'll pick one of yous to give it to.
Yeah.
The way a listener gets it, so that's good.
Nice photo. I've just liked our own tweet. That's schoolboy error. Sorry. Yeah. So that's competitions done, PS Plus done, review on iTunes, brilliant. So what have we been playing? So what have you been playing this week, Joe?
Okay, we're talking about that. I've been playing Lego Batman, the movie story pack for Lego Dimensions, and a bit of Skylanders Imaginators as well. So I've been playing with Travis, so I've been playing those 2. And have I played anything else? I don't really think I've played anything else. I can't really remember. Those are the 2 main things.
How's Batman?
Oh, that's good. It's really good. It's got. I did a review. That's on the website. So watch that video review. That's what do you call it? It's quite good. It's got the humour. You get the sort of back computer. So you replace the portal where you build this back computer on the portal instead. And then you get Batwoman and Robin, and it features Batman quite a lot. And you get the Batwing, which is sort of 3-in-1 vehicle, which is also the Batwing, Bat-Tank, and Black Thunder. I think it is. So that's pretty cool. So it takes about 2.5 hours to complete, I think.
And how much does it cost?
£30.
Steep for that much time.
Yeah, but that's just the story. Obviously, if you want to go at, you also along with that you get the 2 characters and the portal to build and the vehicle. So obviously Lego's quite expensive So you've got to kind of take that into account. Plus, you get a battle arena where you can do 4-player co-op. Plus, you can use your other characters to go in the Batman world and sort of unlock other secrets and stuff like that. So you get quite a lot out of that.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? There's plenty to it, and it's quite fun. I quite like it. I think it's worth it. I enjoy it.
Oh, that's all that matters. Yeah.
I know I'm going to get quite a lot more out of it. Do you know what I mean? Even though it's only took that time to complete the story, you can go back in it and you've got the characters now, so you can use those characters in other levels and stuff like that. And then you can use the vehicle in other levels, and you can bring your other characters into the Batman movie and play with them. So yeah. And cool. A bit of Skylanders, but no, don't like that, but Travis likes it.
Yeah.
It's a bit cheesy for me. Yeah. I think I'm not really into the cheesiness of that. But yeah, so I'm going to be playing For Honor this week. I think I obviously I can't order it because it's a stupid game, so I'm going to need to wait to order that. So I'll order it at midnight or whatever and get it on Wednesday, and I'll review it as fast as I can.
Cool.
Thursday or Friday or something.
Yeah.
And then I'll trade it again.
For anything in particular?
The same week. No, just for cash towards the next game. I want
more credit that you can't use.
I won't do it. I'll just take ACX this time and get the money or something.
Yeah.
And then I'll just put it towards the next game that's coming out, which the next one I want to order is Horizon.
Yeah, when's that out? Is that March 1st?
And I've obviously got the Switch coming as well, so I'll review Zelda, but I'd quite like to review Halo Wars 2 as well, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I quite like reviewing the big games. That's what I prefer to do rather than the small ones, but I don't mind reviewing small ones as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we've reviewed this few recently, and some of them have been quite good, actually. So.
Yeah, sometimes they're a bit of a surprise, aren't they?
Someone sent us a code for a game today, actually. Did you see that?
I did see that, yeah. What was it called? Something IO, wasn't it?
IO, just it's called. I think Rebecca might like to review that. Don't know, you'll need to ask her.
Yeah, we can talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
We're on the podcast still here.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. We'll have a review for IO.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Sure, it's a good weekend.
It's out tomorrow, isn't it, on Valentine's Day?
Yeah. So, I don't know what it is, so I've not really looked into it. So we'll have a review for it, whoever does it.
I've been playing a few things, so I've managed to fix my Gravity Rush 2 issue. So, obviously we spoke about it for ages last week, and you mentioned remote play. That didn't work. I then did loads of other stuff, and nothing worked on my PlayStation. I tried my game on another system and got back to the point where you get given the camera and it worked straight away. So that was A, frustrating, but B, at least I knew it wasn't the disc and it was something to do with my PlayStation Pro. So after speaking with Ask PlayStation, they suggested that I do a refresh to factory settings, which is a bit annoying because it means I had to uninstall everything. But I used my cloud saves to upload all my saves, thanks to PS Plus. I did that and it worked perfectly. So very odd that for whatever reason there was a glitch in there somewhere and having to restart my PS4. Reinitiate my PS4 made it work again. So it was a bit frustrating, but it worked. So I've been playing that. Still great. Still love it. Same old.
I'm still waiting for it to go cheap.
Yeah, it's still not dropped, is it? I wonder if it'd be one of those games that they just created so few copies that it just won't drop in price.
Yeah, well, eventually there'll always be a copy that's cheap somewhere, I would think.
Yeah, be able to pick one up on eBay, I'm sure.
I mean, because if you think about Gravity Rush, that's went cheap, hasn't it? That's well cheap now. It's got $5 or something.
Is it?
Yeah, well, it's mega cheap, the first one, aye.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it is. I'm just going to go on Amazon quick.
I'm sure I saw it for cheap somewhere today when I was trying to find...
It's
maybe that's the Vita version I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's £38 and it's $17 on Vita. 26. So it's not cheap, but I just think it might be one of those games that they've pressed so few copies of just to keep demand high, because they do that. Certain publishers do that as well. A lot of the NIS America games are short run, so that there's not many of them to keep people, fighting over them. But I went back to Everyone's Gone to the Rapture to try and get the Platinum Trophy. We started it ages ago. Me and Lisa were playing it together. Or one of us was playing it, the other one was watching it just because it's so pretty. And we never finished it. So last couple of days we've just been playing that. And a bit like with Virginia, it's a really nice game to look at, but I don't know whether it makes much sense. So it does make sense because Everyone's Gone to the Rapture, the kind of clues in the title. Yeah. But unless
I completed that game.
Yeah, so if you play it properly, and one of the trophies is to watch every single story kind of moment. So if you do it that way, you do kind of piece together the different character stories. And I think actually what it does, if it doesn't say it, is that at the end of each person's story, the day rewinds. So each of the 5 chapters is just you're reliving one day. Because it's just going to be a spoiler, I don't know. Towards the end, one of the characters says about a butterfly living for one day. So I think that you're not a butterfly, but effectively you're peering in on the community's life just for the last day that it's there. It never really says that. It looks
stunning. It was a bit boring.
I wouldn't say it was boring. It's just a different type of game, isn't it? It's more intellectual.
Yeah, boring one.
No, it looks amazing. Like what they've created in that world with the graphical power that they had at the time they've done it is amazing.
Nah, to be fair, it was alright. I'm only joking. I quite liked it at the time. I remember. I don't think I understood it, but I thought it was alright.
It's an easy platinum as well. It's a bit time consuming, but so yeah. I've got the platinum last night.
There was things. It was because I first reviewed it when it came out, so obviously that was quite a while ago. So I kind of remember a lot about it, but I remember getting a bit frustrated at how slow you walk. That you walk really slow.
If you hold R2, you run.
Oh, maybe I ran. I don't remember. I just remember the walking, how slow it was, and it was annoying me.
Yeah. I really wanted there to be points where like something would jump out because they've created such a good world that it almost deserves more. Like it could be a really good horror game.
I think I got lost at one point as well.
It's quite easy to get lost.
There was one point that I was wandering in this road, and I remember I was going over this farm and I couldn't figure out where to go next, and it took me about 2 hours to figure out what way to go. That was really annoying.
Yeah, because the maps, when you need to look at a map, you're just looking at a map on a sign, so you're not sure which way you're facing. It's quite difficult to figure that out, and you can end up wandering around in circles a little bit too much, and you're a bit like, oh, I'm back here, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah, so there's certainly things that frustrated me about that game that I didn't really like. And I just don't know. I think I liked it. I don't remember. I'd probably give it a good... I don't score games, but I'd probably give it a good review at the time.
Yeah.
I probably liked it at the time because it was different. But when I think about it now, I think, it's a bit boring. But
that was one I bought, and then it was on PS Plus. So people might have it in their library if they want to give it a go, if they were clever and did that. Not like me.
It's probably worth a go just to see it. It's very different. It's not really the sort of thing you'd normally play. I don't suppose Walking Simulator seems a good name for that, actually.
I'd rather play Firewatch.
Yeah, I'd like to try that. I've not tried that yet.
I think Firewatch is a bit more stylised, and the story's a bit more succinct.
Yeah.
And easier to follow, but they're very different. They're both walking simulators, yeah.
Okay, let's move on quickly to what else we got. What's coming out? Well, what's coming out this week? We won't probably looking into the future because we keep doing that and we probably just repeat ourselves. So this week's For Honor, Sniper Elite 4, and Halo Wars is Ultimate Edition. Halo Wars 2 Ultimate Edition. So if you buy that, you get to play Halo Wars 4 days early, otherwise you just need to wait till next week and get normal edition, which comes out next week.
Right.
So that's the 3 main games out this week, off the top of my head, without even looking.
Yeah.
That's the ones I know are coming out. So There's a few. I think there's a new Dragon Ball Fusions as well, because I done the Out This Week video, obviously, so that's up on our site. And I can't remember if I probably did put in the description on the website the other games coming out this week. They're mostly all digital though. I think in my video though I said, if there's not a new Naturo coming out every week, it's a new Dragon Ball. So
Same studio, surely they're just sat there.
Yeah, it's going this week Naturo, next week Dragon Ball, next week Naturo. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah,
and I think next week it's probably Halo Wars. It's quite quiet, to be honest, until then it kicks off with Horizon, and then it kind of gets a bit busy in March.
Yeah, because they announced last week that Akiba's Beat's also out in March.
Yeah, so you've got March, you've got April. I mean, you're thinking like March things like Yooka-Laylee, Mass Effect, Horizon, Switch, Zelda, blah, blah, blah. So quite a lot. April's probably quite busy, and then May's probably quite busy as well, and then June and July will be empty, because they always are.
Yeah.
Apart from maybe one or two big titles, but then it'll all kick off again in end of August, start of September. That's what always happens.
Just around E3, some announcements and stuff as well for what's going to be at Christmas.
June, July, nothing comes out. August, barely anything comes out. A few sprinkles of games in August, and then at the end of August, it just all kicks off. And it stays like that until the end of November, and then it starts all over again.
Yeah. Ah, cool.
Okay, so anyway, I'd see how I put #DustyShelf in that tweet.
Sounds like a euphemism.
I really should clean those shelves. Can't be bothered. That's what I hate about dust. I know it's nothing to do with games, but I just hate that your shelves just get so dusty. Do you dust your shelves? Do you get around dusting all the shelves?
Occasionally, not really. We don't have many shelves in our house, to be honest. I'm a bit of a minimalist. I don't like much stuff out. I'll tweet a picture of that. This is the only shelves we've got in the house, actually. We've only got 3 in the room I'm sat in now. So I'll put a picture out on Twitter. But yeah, I don't dust them that often. It's not that dusty in our place. There's only 2 of us that live here, so there's not much going on.
Yeah, see, because we've got a cat, 3 dogs, it probably gets a bit dustier.
Yeah.
For the animals getting dust everywhere. So yeah, there you go.
There they.
So that's it. I did think of one other thing to talk about, but I think I'll leave that in next week, and then that gives me something to moan about next week already.
I think we've had enough of your moaning this week.
Yeah. No, actually, it's not a moan, it's just something I wanted to talk about that just came into my head that I thought would be good to talk about, but I'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah. Okay then. That's it then. That's an hour and 2 minutes and 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50 seconds. So there we go. So join us again next week, please. I don't know if we've anything more to give away. You never know. I'm trying to secure a few bits and pieces. So yeah, there will be stuff. Keep it. If you haven't won, don't just unfollow us. Keep following, because we will keep giving stuff away. Yeah, we're always giving stuff away. It's amazing.
I know, because we crossed the 750 followers mark, and we're back down again. So I think people were sad they didn't win the Marvelous game we were giving away. But we're going to keep doing this. So,
and listen to the podcast, because that's the main reason we're here.
They're already listening, though. If they're listening to this, they're doing the right thing. If you're listening to this, tell people you're listening so that they listen.
Exactly.
That's what we need them to do.
And then more prizes. And we're already getting all these companies contacting us out the blue and going, please give us your details so that we can give you some stuff to give away. And give away. So yeah, that's good. So the more followers, the more of that we'll get as well. So brilliant.
Yeah.
It's all going good. It's all going well. Thanks for all your support, because it's appreciated. Thanks for listening. Okay, that's the soppy bit out the way. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. It's time to go. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. We won't see you, but you'll hear us. Right?
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.